A favorite, but of course we're about to find.
And it seems like Sour Esports finally get the region up kind of by themselves. Roy goes in for the trade out, and they're taking the knives into the battle. And it will be a little bit of shred coming through. Paragen now gets that double drop. Leon going down. It's a total mess. What we ask for, we shall get while there is another drop. As Sour Esports once again getting challenged. The rest of the face kind of have already arrived to the scene. Orgoy has to take a leap of faith. Still trying to hold out, while it seemed like they never have allowed any from that space for SDE to play this from. So 2 members drop. So much to work with here. Crossbow from Victor, though. Are they serious about this fight?
Okay, so we got at least, what, 4 teams here inside this area. Roy Esports getting obliterated by BTR. We've got Kasim on your screen getting burned alive from inside the building. And Kasim is the only player remaining for the side of Alliance, or Alliance, rather. But that was like a good exchange with the DBS. He was able to shut them down. Unfortunately, it is overwhelming for just one player, and so we already know what kind of outcome that we will see on the screen. But Stalwart Esports is not stopping just yet, retaliating onto the boys of FaZe Clan. That was a great shot right there using a micro Uzi, and that would be Senchir switching to AKM this time.
Yep, and they do have a little bit more involvement. BTR still finding the mark. Damage now slowly being done by all these members of Sour Esports. Orgoy now runs over at the top end of the field while they have that DPS that have chunked down members of FaZe Clan. They find that one up. This is what I asked for the entirety of the day, and finally they give us that big party. As Sour Esports still having to find the mark. But this is going to be Orgoy that will be shred out. He's been running around. Now that's being sniffed out. It's only down to that member with DBS. So here comes Mormon, as he will eventually allow that pickup to happen. Everybody's clumped up on the stairways. So it's really down to Sanchir. These taps, not really hitting the mark, but at least they have taken the regards that there is going to be players running right above him. He spots the back, not enough to eventually clip him, though. I guess they're just going to go one after another. So it's a 1v1 duel. Should be able to actually hold out while the rest of FaZe Clan tries to recuperate. Damage done regardless. I guess it's just a good way to bid farewell, but just enlisting for a bit. New kids on the block here in Los Leones, hoping to wrap up this fight against Team Secret.
Okay. Again, Team Falcons, one of the hard-hitting teams that we have so far in the PUBG mobile scene. But in this competition, they're currently placing at 6th, and they're trying to deal with another team. I'm just trying to figure out which team that is, but they are okay. So that would be Aegon I8. But this is such a great start for Aegon I8 as well. We're talking about 7 elimination points right here, and they could assume some more given the fact that they are pretty surrounded by a lot of teams. But I don't think it's still gonna happen because, for example, their last player in ETH just sealed the deal.
Yeah, absolutely sealing the fate of ASI8, but we're seeing so many incredible feats from ASI8. 7 points. We get what we were given. Team Secret's turning out to take on the rest of Team Falcons. What an elevation coming from inside of GK. So hard to actually spot him out by the constructions. Well, Nerzet keeping close proximity, he's not going to be able to really get much of a view up against the members of Secret. But they're definitely trolling closely. Secret with only 2 members. I'm surprised that they're still committing into this area of play. Even the Blue Zone's already setting in. So it's a fight till the death that we expect coming from both sides. Let's see what the Vietnamese side has got to offer.
I mean, this is just stage 1, so I don't think they need to worry about the Blue Zone and then shipping their health away. But you know what, Team Secret, GK here is not stopping at all. But that was such a great backstab coming from this set of Team Falcons. The way that he shut down GK from that angle is pretty impressive. And now Team Secret
setting because of how things could easily play out. So HORA Esports definitely does have a little bit of a head start there. DRS now hitting the mark. X does find that drop. It is for Miracle Vibes to take on some of all these units, as Alter Ego also getting ruptured. DRS absolutely hitting all these pain points. Vampire Esports starting to strike while the nades are being exchanged. Baron does hit over onto Totally K over the back. Vampires, they might actually need to move up, but that allows spacing for Apex to also put a dent onto their defense. What a showing coming out of Baron.
I know. Oh man, they were really putting up a show for the last game here inside the tournament. And a trade is still happening between Vampire and, of course, For Miracle Vibes. But, you know, Vampire Esports already on a deficit here, considering that Tony K is already out of the game. One elimination point for Baron here. Baron goes in for the massive spray once again. But it's a good thing, you know, for the side of Vampire. They're popping up smoke here, not compromising their position. They're making it hard, you know, for the side of For Miracle Vibes to actually get those shots.
They definitely are. An absolutely winning fight for MV to take. Newsy now has that space. We'll see where he could at least reposition somewhere safer for now, because the fight up against for MV to win it out is very highly unlikely. Zone now closing true. Only 30 phone off. It will be their demise for sure.
All I can say is you don't want to get stuck inside the crater field, because then you'd be like sitting ducks, you know, for all the teams that has been surrounding that particular spot. RQ, man, getting dropped by Voindunkey over here, not giving them a chance to retaliate. So I guess Voindunkey will definitely win the fight, since you know, the confirmation from the kill feed is astonishing. Same thing goes for Vampire Esports, Alter Ego, Ares for Miracle Vibes. Man, a lot of fights happening simultaneously. And on the screen, we've got Real Phase right here throwing in some nades up against Falcon's Force, but completely missing the target.
And Mormon trying to actually prime it across, and this is not going to be an easy task. These two taking a battle to the death inside of the areas of Mikado. Big nades now sent right through. FaZe Clan does not get to last out. Team Falcons continues on their journey, as we have to say goodbye to the rest of FaZe Clan, who have done so well for the entire evening on this final day.
A battle for the top of the mountain here. RQ versus Voindunkey still ongoing. Sun now making a move. Using that M416, he finds one. He tries to get one and gets the job done. Okay, Ray's already on the ground, but what a counter coming from Vexy right there, shutting down Asa. Now,
take a look at the map. DRS, they're up against HORA ESPORT, and here comes the pickoff. This is not how they really want to go down. Malik now gets the advantage as they are slowly shredding down DRS. This is what I spot from the mini map. And Malik, he's really making life hard for the rest of DRS, and this high ground advantage is way too much for them to handle.
All right, here we go. Malik going in for the quick revive here. Killer YD needs to heal up as well, but you know what? Man, this is not looking too good for DRS. Killer YD going for the reposition inside the vehicle, but two of them still on the ground. Killer YD, what are you gonna do? HORA Esports, they have the biggest chance of scoring the chicken dinner here, according to the stats, followed by Falcon Sports. And Sleepy right now tries to go for that pickup from across those attacks coming from HORA Esports. I mean, they had no space at the foot of the mountain right there, but they made it work. Now, DRS Gaming already on the charge here. Killer Whitey, as you can see, is trying to climb up this mountain right here to try and get two players coming from HORA Esports. Has been getting damaged from all of those nades being dropped, of course, by No Fear and Malik, but he is trying to counter them with a nade himself. And he is inflicting a little bit of that damage, but it is not enough to shut anyone down from HORA.
Killer Whitey, he falls to the ground, unfortunately getting knocked. This might actually get an opening for the rest of HORA Esports. Malik so far has been taking charge of this fight all by himself. No Fear does connect that nade as well, so this is looking to be daunting. Zones closing in. Stage 4, this is going to hurt a whole lot. As numbers are slowly getting depleted, they don't seem to have any sort of a good time to actually fend them off. So HORA Esports, I think this is just about time that they are crowned as champions in this match.
Oh man, Malik, okay, despite having that advantage, he needs to be careful now because his helmet is about to break anytime soon. So if he keeps getting tagged by DRS Gaming, oh, it will not look good, you know, for this.
As BTR holding over on the compounds, this is going to be the advantage for the rest of Falcons to eventually swarm in. As a matter of fact, IC gets that picked off. Perfect headshot landed across the field. Down to Lapar only. I'm not expecting all too much coming into this 3 versus 1.
You know what, for the side of HORA, they are effective because they have the high ground, right? But how long is it going to last? Is it going to still be favored by the circle? So if in case it doesn't, then there'll definitely be a change of pace right there. But Team Falcons, we've got East on the screen with the 11 elimination points, which is pretty outstanding.
Potentially take that from a lead, but if they get that chicken dinner, this will be the best way to go out for HORA Esports.
Oof, man, okay, so a little bit of a setback from HORA Esports since one of them gets tagged from across the mountain right there. No Fear gets shut down as well by Nerdset of Falcons, and just look at how many points Falcons Force is putting up on the board here. It's a total of 14. Man, they are on fire as we speak, but HORA Esports remains to be at the top. Let's see if they can actually maintain this position. I mean, all they need to do is really make it rain bullets right here, but they still have to be careful because if you overextend your pick, then it'll be easier for the other players to actually shut you down. But Malik is doing a counter right here up against East, but oh, he falls to the ground as well.
Hell, it does open up a little bit of space for them to go up against the rest of the field. That's going to be quickly secured. Falcons, they're leaving nothing to chance. They want to claim the final chicken dinner. HORA now only left with one member remaining, and that is Christopher. I see now at it, dropping that big nade, withering his HP bars very low. Still to his smoke, and that will be it. The last step for HORA Esports. They've done just about enough to be your champions of Night of Champions. You're in the finals. Best thing, DRS. Now it's going to be the final showdown. 3 versus 1 up against Boing Donkey. Where could he be this time? Razak now spots out Vertex going for this breakdown. He won't be able to connect the shots. Begin the 2 versus 1. All down to this very moment. I see he goes in for the quick recovery. He needs to save this very final moment. But is there going to be enough time? Because Razak is on the smoking vehicle as the last stand. It could be either side of the party, but Falcons definitely still having a little bit of an upper hand.
Oh man, if Falcons Force loses this battle, I am going to flip. I'm telling you, I mean, they have the advantage, and right now they have the numbers. It's a 3v1, so let's see what's going to happen. If Razor can actually shut this one down and can pull up a miracle right here, oh man, that would be great. East now goes in for that spray, and he was successful at shutting down Razor from that point, hence getting the winner chicken dinner. And that was the final touch right there coming from Falcons Sports.